The short answer is no. And in this video, I'm going to explain why. First of all, it's not slavery because you've got options. Okay, there's been people in previous times on this planet that had massive slavery. And you're not in any way, shape, or form allowed to compare yourself to the slavery of the past times. What you are allowed to understand is that you have options. You have tons of choices in today's capitalistic society. And are we grateful for the capitalist society? I'm so excited every single day that we live in capitalistic times. The belief that the 80-hour work week is slavery, or that it's something that is bad, it comes from a scarcity mindset, which will take you to here, but it won't take you to where you want to go. So if you're happy with it taking you here and you're just going to enjoy your life, I just want to tell you that you're on a downward going escalator. Okay, so you're trying to go upwards, but if you stop going upwards, you're going to slowly decrease over time because of competition. We're entering into a very competitive world moving into the future because there might be some collapse of some form. You're going to be competing very intensely against people that might want to do the 80-hour work week during that time frame because they want to do everything and anything possible to get back to where they were when we were living in a debt-ridden, overblown society where everyone is kind of casually going through life and having massive and tons of entitlement. This is not the right way to go. You want to have the 80-hour work week mentality in good times and in bad times. It's just part of who you are. You want to be excited about the 80-hour work week. First, in the beginning of your life and of your career, you want to learn while you earn. That would be great. Instead of going to college. Because if you're going to college, very often you don't learn and you don't earn. This is why I'm so passionate about replacing the traditional educational system, because you don't learn anything. And if you are learning something, you're learning garbage that cannot be used in the real world, in the marketplace. Business is where it's at. The 80-hour work week, whether you're working for jobs, okay, for employers, or you're working for your own business, is a must in the early parts of your life because it makes you who you need to become in order for you to succeed at getting everything in life that you desire. It fuels the burning desire that is necessary for you to achieve massive goals. If you are okay with the balanced 40-hour work week, you're just not going to achieve massive goals. And if you do, it's because we're living in a debt-ridden society. And you're not really competing against anyone because everyone's got everything that they need. It's insane in today's world, the way we're living now, that most people actually have what they need when most people are just kind of remaining mediocre. And that's okay if they want to be mediocre. I'm just telling you that it is fake. We're living in a debt-ridden society that is not legit. It's not normal that there's so much access to cash out there, and it's only based on people believing that people are going to pay that stuff back. They're not going to pay that stuff back, and we're just kicking the can down the road until the day of reckoning is going to come where you cannot any longer be paid for not doing much. Because that's kind of where we're at right now, where a lot of people are receiving a lot of money for not providing any value whatsoever. And so there needs to be, unfortunately, a great reset of some sort. I don't like the term because of the people that are using it, but it is going to be some form of that because it has to be reset. The system that we're in right now is just a massive, warped resource allocation situation that is not conducive for growth, not conducive for joy, bliss, and happiness, and causes us to be distracted by things that, in hopes that we'll be cheered up. You want to go through hard times and survive in order for you to go through good times and be grateful for the hard times. Do you have a positive attitude when you're doing the 80-hour work week? No. If that's you, then you are actually even though you are doing the 80-hour work week, you're literally feeling as if it is slavery. So although you might agree with the principles of this channel and say, oh, well, I think the 80-hour work week is good and it's necessary and it's going to help me become who I am. But do you have a horrible attitude doing it? Because if you do, then you actually do believe that the 80-hour work week is slavery. Stop believing that. What you're doing right now is fantastic if you're doing the 80-hour work week. If you're doing the 40-hour work week, there needs to be some change if you want to achieve everything in life that you desire. If you're doing the 80-hour work week, awesome. You should be excited. You should be fired up. You should be hugging on people at work and being fired up for seeing them, because you're not going to see them very much longer, right? Because you're going to get out of there. You're going to use your free time wisely. That you're excited to go home in order for you to get your freedom so that you can get out of the kind of slavery that you've been living in. We're going to take you from there, the 80-hour work week and normal jobs where you're barely making enough to survive, but you're making, you're setting aside 50% for pay yourself first, and you're doing the right things that I'm teaching on this channel. And then you're learning the skill sets on the side for what will take you to financial freedom in business and in life, so that you can live a magnificent and abundant lifestyle long term. The 80-hour work week is not only not slavery, it is a joy, it is a blessing, it is something that you should be fired up about every single day. And when you kneel, if you kneel down and pray, if you do that, you should be fired up and grateful and say, thank you so much for my ability, my health, for me to be able to do the 80-hour work week. And I'll do everything in my power to do what I need to do in order for me to help other people to recognize that the 80-hour work week is fantastic, so that we can live an amazing life long term. Imagine if everyone did the 80-hour work week despite not making much money. Imagine if people were doing the 80-hour work week for free. We'd actually live in a fantastic world if people did that out of their own choice and own volition and worked on things that actually mattered. If you were willing to do the 80-hour work week for a period of time, you would have grown in that burning desire to do the 80-hour work week on something you love to do, a business that you enjoy doing. Because the problem with the 80-hour work week for employers is that you're very often doing things that you don't want to do long term. And you're exchanging the most precious time that you have, which is time, for $10 an hour. Who in their right mind would do that, right? You do, after seeing this channel. Because you have to get that burning desire and recognize that what I'm doing right now, I refuse to be doing this for the rest of my life. And I'm going to stay in these jobs until I've replaced them with proper online business income. I will not falter. I will not fail. I will not try to get a high-paying job. I will not try to get a promotion. I'll just be freaking fired up about having this job in this current circumstance, not having to do too much at that work, so that I can think about and retain my energy for when I need to build my business on the side. I'm going to do a great job for my employer so I never get fired, but I'm going to be focused on building my business. This is how you need to look at the 80-hour work week. It is a blessing. I'm excited for you. Let's start with that great attitude about it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.